and you have to, go through the game, complete the story, fight off all the ghosts so that you can break the Diary of Faces while solving a mystery, which the mystery part, is pretty interesting. Um, the main character of the game is named Maya, and that's all you know about her. You don't know why she's there, where she came from, who she really was, what her past was. She doesn't remember anything. So in the game, you have to find out her memories and try to use her as a key to breaking the curse of the Diary of Faces so that, both of you may, get out alive before the Lady in Black comes to kill you both. So that's basically, in the gist, what the story is. Now, here is the unsatisfactory part of the game, which I was highly disappointed in. You have to use the 3DS camera to play the game. Okay, that's perfectly fine. But any person who's ever used the 3DS camera will know that the camera does not work well if you don't have good lighting. So essentially, they took a horror game which is supposed to scare you, hence the teaser trailers were scary, so you wanted this game to be scary, and guess what? The game isn't scary. That's the downside. Think about it, guys. You're playing a horror game fighting ghosts in broad daylight or in a well lit room. So you have to play this in the daytime in like a bright room, or you have to play it under like fluorescent lighting, because if you have a tiny little lamp that emits like a yellow light, it won't work. I know, because I played the entire game in a room with just a lamp. So it sucked, You wanted to feel scared. You wanted to feel like the ghosts were in the room with you, but in contrary, it wasn't scary at all. Because you're like, oh, okay, I'm playing this on a bright sunny day, and oh, look, there's a ghost, woo, and it's not really that scary. The teaser trailers, as you can tell from the ones I've just showed you, do a lot of gameplay in the dark. And the girl who was trying to find Zack, she used the 3DS camera and found him, hence in a well-lit room. But then when she gets down to the basement, she's using it as a flashlight. So it was kind of misleading. Everyone thought this game was going to be tremendously scary. And I know all of you guys know how I am when it comes to scary games. I thrive to live on scary games. I want to be scared by them. And you guys know, you've seen me play Fatal Frame 1, 2, and 3, you know I get scared. But believe me, this game isn't scary, It's cool, it's different. It's pretty cool to see like ghosts in your room and stuff, but the whole scary part isn't there, so it sucks. The other thing is the game is really, really short. Not even kidding, guys. From start to finish, I beat this game in under 3 hours. And that was including watching all of the cutscenes, reading everything, and taking my time through it. I was not rushing this game, and I still beat it in under 3 hours. If you skipped all the cutscenes and just kind of raced through the game to get it done, you'd probably beat it in 2 or less. So that was kind of, a downside too. You wanted this game to keep going, and instead it just kind of ended on a short note. There are pretty, cool puzzles in it, and the storyline is interesting. So, that's a good thing about it. You're intrigued in it and you want to play it, but as a scare feature, no, it's not scary. And the only ties you ever see in this game related to Fatal Frame happen to be that you use the camera obscura. That's essentially what your 3DS camera is the camera obscura. And if you do any of the other mini games included with this, it will pop up characters that you are familiar with in the other Fatal Frame games. On a downside, it does include characters in the extra features from Fatal Frame 4. So unless you played Fatal Frame 4, you won't know who they are. You'd be like, who the heck is this person? Oh, it's, what's his name from Fatal Frame 4, which is kind of a bummer. Because they never released Fatal Frame 4 for the US, but hence we have Spirit Camera, so go figure. So that's essentially, what Spirit Camera is all about. It's not the most scariest game. It's not the most, uninteresting game, I did like playing it. I liked the bonus features, and the works. But there is one part of the game that I thought was pretty cool, and it's mainly featured in this next upcoming trailer, which I am showing you right now. Now, this is another trailer that was for the United States, an actual gameplay trailer. This was supposed to give you an idea of what was going to happen in the game. This hallway is included in the game, and this is one of the most creepiest parts of the whole game. And the ghosts that pop out of the AR book. Puzzles you have to solve. Now, if the gameplay stuck like this did right here for this hallway, if this was the entire gameplay, I would admit the game would be much more creepier. One of the ghosts you have to fight in the game. Now, another thing I have to talk about the game. I did complete the entire game from beginning to end, and another thing that kind of disappointed me was the game wasn't difficult at all. Like, zilch difficulty. I don't understand why. I mean, if you've played the other Fatal Frame games, you know that they were hard, and like some of the battles were difficult, and the ghosts would just pop out of nowhere. Now, I don't know if the 3DS camera and the gyroscope actually made it easier for you to play the game, but the game was really easy to beat. Really easy. I mean, even at the hardest part of the game, which is like the final boss, it's even not that difficult. I think I died a total of maybe 2 or 3 times during the whole game, if that. And so once I beat the game, I was kind of like, that's it. And so I unlocked stuff. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll go back and play and it'll be better. But when I went back to replay the game, there was only very few things that changed. The difficulty was up to tad, nothing crazy. And Maya got a different costume. That was about it. I will say the bonus features in the game, like the additional stuff that you can use and fiddle around with aside from the storyline, are pretty cool. So the game is not a complete lost cause. You can play around with the camera, just, on your own time and like take pictures of your room and your friends and everything, and then like ghostly images come up. But that's about it. The actual story, I wouldn't say is worth $40 just to play the game in under 3 hours and be done with it. It does have a little bit of replayability if you're, really hyped into Fatal Frame games, or like the sense of using the camera obscura, then you guys will enjoy this game. I'm not saying it's terrible, but I'm saying this is probably more of a game you want to wait for the price to drop, or you want to wait to rent it. But I don't know about buying it as such. Well, there you have it, guys. That's my review of Spirit Camera: The Cursed Memoir for the Nintendo 3DS. Not all the hype that I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't absolutely terrible. I don't want to go trade this game in because it is right now one of a kind game. You're really not going to find any other kind of game like this around here. So in that sense, it has a rarity to it, There are no other games that allow you to take pictures of ghosts in real time, But again, like I said, it's not what I thought it was going to be, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was horrible. I think I was looking forward to the game being more like Fatal Frame in its entirety, and all of, the times I've ever been scared by ghosts, and all of the times I've ever, had to complete puzzles. So it does have its ups and its downs. I wish it was longer. I wish it had more content. I wish it was a bigger game than it intended to be. Maybe if it was, it would have been really, really cool. But like I said, the bonus features do have a little bit of value to them. You can do some things, even if you just want to screw around and just snap pictures of stuff, and that's pretty cool. But this is my opinion of the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'm sorry it took so long to do, but, leave your comments and your suggestions and your opinions below. Just remember, this is my opinion only, so, this isn't, exact. Some of you might enjoy this game a heck of a lot better than I did. And, I hope nobody posts any spoilers to the game. Please let other people enjoy the game who want to enjoy the game and refrain from spoiling anything below. But, yeah, I'll see you guys next time in Let's Play, probably, or another review. So, till next time, guys. Bye bye.